Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining me. This is a diner where we can just hang out and chill. I can talk about my week, you can talk about yours, and we can catch up in the comment section. So, I went out to dinner last night with some friends, and it was very interesting. It's a funny story because it turned out, as you can see in the title, one of the guys there at dinner didn't realize that he knew me. He recognized me from the Sungrand channel. And so I'll tell you the story. I'll talk about our night because it was really fun. It was so cool, really interesting. But I want to be extremely careful of other people's privacy, so I'm not going to discuss any names or particular details. I'm not going to talk about our conversation, anything that anyone said, because that would be just a huge betrayal of privacy. So I want to share this with you in a way that you can join in on the fun and without stepping on anyone's privacy here. So a couple months ago, I made a video and I was trying to encourage you guys, go and hang out at campsites and saloons and pubs and just talk to people and chat with people. And if you are in certain parts of the world, and I was serious when I said this, there is a chance, even if it's slim, that we can actually meet in real life. We can just bump into each other, because this is not my life. YouTube is not my life. I'm here, I'm trying to spend a bit of my time almost every day just catching up with you guys, because so many people tell me that they just enjoy the videos, they enjoy hearing about, you know, whatever obscure hobbies and interests that I've got, and I want to share that with you guys because there's so much cool and interesting things in the world. But you tend to see people that think that, oh, YouTube must be your life because you're making videos. YouTube barely registers on my radar as an activity for me. I don't use the internet that much, so I spend my free time out. I want to meet people. I want to talk to people who are interesting and cool. I hang out at pubs and saloons. I chat with people. I play music and sing songs. So last night, I joined a friend of mine, and he has a lot of friends in a lot of different circles, and so I joined them. So I didn't know this couple. And so I joined a friend, and I joined the couple, and then we met up, and I don't want to, talk about locations or anything, but we're in this area that's called Chinatown, and it was so cool. I'll put a little video on the screen here, and you can wander around, and there's all kinds of different street foods. You can get different drinks, different snacks. You can sit down for a meal. It's so interesting. This is such a cool place, and it had such a great atmosphere and vibe. Once it's nighttime, there's the neon lights, and you're sort of blinded by this flurry of color and light and sound. It's really just a beautiful place just to walk around and spend time with people. So I'm having just a great time chatting with these folks. And, we've all have different interests, and we discuss our interests, and we're getting to know each other. And this is what I love. What I love is just meeting people, talking to people, and making friends. And they're telling us about all these cool places that you can go to around this area. And then their son, we eventually meet up with their son. And we sit down, we go to a restaurant, and we're sitting down for a meal, and we're sort of chatting. And of course, when you meet people, it's always difficult because you don't know who people are. You're not really sure how to communicate. So you don't know what to say. You don't know what you have in common. And I think I tend to be quite outgoing and social, because I will just start talking to people. And I love that. I love getting to know people and chatting with people. And so I'm talking, with this family, and we're chatting, and then I'm talking with the mom, and we're discussing some things, and, she said, oh, what's the name of your company? What's the name of your studio? Oh, and I said, Sungrand. And I just make games, and, mostly I'm launching on Nintendo. And then their son, who's, a little bit younger than me, not a kid, a working professional. And he's looking at me, and he said, Sungrand Studios? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I know you. I know who you are. And I said, no, you don't. And then he started, and he said, yo, you're the guy that said this. And he said, I've seen your videos. And I started laughing. I thought, there's no way. And he said, yeah, you're the guy that wears the suits. And so we were chatting. We were talking. At that point, we had, something to discuss about. We were talking about games and game design. And he maintains this puzzle game that's based on words. And I'll try to put that on screen here. And I didn't get to try it until the train ride home. And it's really cool. I will put the link in the description. So he was telling me about his work, which was so fascinating. It was so interesting. I love getting to hear about what other people are passionate about, what they are good at, what people excel at. So I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have interest in lazy people. And I think that sounds mean. But you sometimes meet lazy people who sit down and they don't do anything with their lives. And again, I don't want to sound mean, but you sometimes meet people like that. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't have interest in that. I have interest in people who are hardworking and who strive to excel at something. So I don't personally I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be kind and respectful and understanding to everyone, but I do not personally have interest in people who sit at home and do memes all day long, and then, I'll laugh at memes, I'll repost and comment on memes, and I'll do this social media platform all day long. I have zero interest in that. I think people see me and they say, you look kind of young. I'm not that young. I'm in my late 30s. I'm middle-aged. And I think people think, oh, you must be a kid too. You must like kid things. I have no interest in memes. I'm really bad at memes. And I know I try to come across as outgoing and friendly here. But in the real world, if someone were to just start memeing, is that the verb? I check out because I have no interest in childish behavior. So memes and boring stuff like that I have no interest in. But if I see someone like the guy that I met last night who ended up being one of my viewers, he is extremely intelligent, and after just a few minutes of conversation, I could tell this is someone who is quite a bit more intelligent than me, and it was so great. I really enjoyed talking to this guy. He was motivated, driven, hardworking, extremely knowledgeable, more intelligent than me, and I just had the greatest time. And it gives me this impression that you guys who watch my channel, it gives me the feeling that you guys are quite intelligent and very interesting people as well. And so it was great. So he was pretty, I think he was surprised. Again, I want to protect other people's privacy. I'm not going to talk about our conversations, but I think he was shocked. There was a moment where after he realized I was someone that he had seen on YouTube, where I think he was trying to just believe it, because I mean, if you sort of just take a step back and look at the situation, I was a total stranger that his parents invited to dinner, and we were sitting down and we were all enjoying a meal together and we were chatting, but I was a total stranger that his parents invited to have dinner with him and his family at a restaurant, and he didn't realize that I was someone that he recognized because he had seen my videos and he was one of my viewers, and there was a moment where I think he was just trying, because that sounds crazy, right? So there are YouTube channels that I really like, I really enjoy watching. Like, for example, Dixie Cryptid is a channel I enjoy. Cam just tells Bigfoot stories, not necessarily trying to prove Bigfoot. He's a storyteller. So to me, it would be like, I really enjoy Dixie Cryptid. It would be like sitting down at a diner and just having a meal with, you know, some friends, and then it turns out someone in that group is actually Cam from Dixie Cryptid. I mean, that would be pretty shocking to me. It would take me a while to say, oh, wait a second, I've got to just, like, give me a moment to calibrate here, because that's not something that you would expect to happen. But we spent the rest of that night, we were talking about the games that we like. I really enjoyed hearing about what he enjoys in games, why he likes or dislikes games. We got to discuss games that we thought were just kind of lame and funny. I got to hear about the games that he was playing and enjoying, and then it was all of us as a group. We were just, basically, we went on an adventure for the rest of the night. We were wandering around Chinatown, we were chatting, we were talking and having a laugh, and we were walking through the various shops and trying the different street food. We tried, I found something called stinky tofu, and it was on a skewer, and it was black, and it looked interesting to me. I wanted to try it, and it was delicious, but it wasn't stinky. I was actually kind of disappointed. I'd been thinking about it the whole night, because his mom and I had gone through the shops. We were walking around, and we found some funny and interesting things, so we tried that, and it was really good. We tried a bunch of stuff. We tried some desserts. Oh man, what a fun night. And then we went to the upstairs area in this Chinatown, and we had a nice tea, and it was so cool. It was so great. And so that, what a cool experience. And that, you know, and again, the video that I made a couple of months ago, and I was saying, hey, look, you guys spend more time out in the real world, and you don't just have to sit at home and use social media and use the internet. You can go out into the world, you can meet people, you can make friends in real life if you're in certain parts of the world, if you are in pubs and restaurants and campsites, because that's where I like to hang out. There's a chance that you and I can meet. We could end up having a conversation, we could go on a little adventure together, we could end up chatting, and I said that in a video, and I was serious, and it's so funny, it's so weird that has come true, that's happened. So one of my viewers, yeah, we went on just a fun little adventure, traveling, walking around the city and enjoying some food and just talking about stuff and having a fun conversation, and this is so cool. This makes me feel like you guys watching out, makes me feel like you guys are, there's a pretty strong chance that you're way more intelligent than me, that you're going to be cool and interesting to talk to, and I don't like to call people friends when we're hanging out here. I think it's really disrespectful and manipulative, and you see YouTube channels, and I have seen YouTube channels that do that, and it really bothers me, because what they're doing is they're forming this parasocial relationship, and they're calling you friend, and then immediately after calling you friend, they say, oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon and become a channel member and pay me this and pay me that. I think it's really gross. I don't have channel memberships, and I don't call people friend here. I don't want to manipulate people and say, oh, I'm going to manipulate you, now subscribe to me and give me your money. That's the exact opposite of what I want to do. The only thing I want to do is encourage you guys to live your lives, to explore the world, to go on adventures, to meet people and make friends. And, okay, so here's, I suppose here's the turning point. Here's the proof now. There actually is a chance we can meet and have a meal together and have a conversation. And all you have to do is go to dinner with your parents, and there's a chance that I might know your parents. That's ridiculous, but okay, so obviously there's a little bit of truth to it. Yeah, there's a chance that I know your parents, and that if you go to dinner with them and hang out with your parents, that you might end up meeting me. So there we go. I think it's the funniest thing in the world. So yeah, that was really great. I really enjoyed talking to this guy and his parents are cool and interesting and fun, and he was really, oh man, this is an interesting guy. So yeah, I'll put the link to his game, and his game is so cool. This guy's extremely intelligent. What you get a set of tiles for letters, right? And I'll see if I can put it on the screen here. And you have to build words using the tiles. So there's a word at the top of the puzzle, there's a word at the bottom, and I think he said he refreshes this puzzle weekly. So what you have to do is you have to build words, and you have to make a bridge from the top word to the bottom word, and it took me a while to figure it out when I was playing this on the train ride home. It's really cool. This is fun, so I need to make a shortcut to this and remember to play it at least once a week. It's really cool. Just open the link, so on your smart device, open this link. I'll put it in the description. So that game is fun. So that's cool. Okay, so I am going to say this. If you are in California this summer, if you are hanging out at saloons, if you go to old gold mining towns, hang out at the saloons there, if you find dive bars and pubs, and you see someone who looks kind of familiar, who's playing pool, who's, you know, dropping quarters into an old jukebox looking for old country songs, there's a decent chance that that's going to be me, and that you can catch up with me and have a conversation. We can hang out. We could end up becoming friends in real life. So yeah, I'll be hanging out at campsites. I'll be doing ranch hand work around the place, and just doing some adventuring around California. So yeah, there's a town that I've sort of organized to hang out a little bit. I'll be playing piano and singing songs. I might be doing music sets in some places around. So yeah, if you go on adventures, if you're hanging out in places like that in California this summer, there's a decent chance we could catch up and hang out and go on an adventure and have fun. All right, thanks everyone. Let me know how your week has been in the comments, and I'll do my best to catch up with you. I gotta be really careful not to take this sticker off. I'm actually a double, so if I take this sticker off, I'm gonna slam into the double of me. The power rating is A, speed, potential, range is A rating, so I gotta be really careful with that. Basically perfect power rating on my sticker thing here. So okay, everyone take care, be well. All right, we'll see you around.